Good evening. We begin with developing news tonight. Via Rail has announced they are canceling all trains between Toronto and Ottawa and Toronto and Montreal until at least Thursday night. The news comes after 5 days of tense blockades in Belleville in support of the Wet'suwet'en First Nation in BC. And tonight, the president of CN Rail is warning that the ongoing blockades could create major and significant closures on their network.
Shut down Canada! Shut down Canada!
Stating their goal is to shut down Canada, activists have targeted some of the country's largest and most significant transportation networks. Belleville blockades derailing travel plans for tens of thousands of passengers since Friday, with news tonight that there's no relief in sight until at least the end of the day Thursday. And more than that, the blockades are disrupting Canadian supply chains. In a statement today, the CEO of CN Rail writing, "The impact is being felt beyond Canada's border and is harming the country's reputation as a stable and viable supply chain partner." Adding, CN will have no choice but to temporarily discontinue service in key corridors unless the blockades come to an end. Beyond Belleville, protesters shut down a high-traffic intersection in Toronto earlier today, spilling onto Yonge Street after spending the night occupying MP Carolyn Bennett's office. While the Minister of Crown Indigenous Relations did meet with the group this morning, activists say it didn't go well.
More words that don't mean anything, more misrepresentation of issues, more deflection of issues.
RCMP arrests in Wet'suwet'en territory in BC sparked the nationwide protests on Thursday when they began their enforcement of a court order to remove those blocking the construction of the 670-kilometre Coastal GasLink pipeline project in BC.
Really an example of how flagrant this government is willing to be in its violent colonial enterprise here of its invasion of a peaceful nation.
While the pipeline has been approved by the province and is supported by 20 First Nation band councils, Wet'suwet'en hereditary chiefs stand opposed to its construction. In BC, a growing encampment of activists has blocked access to the BC Legislature building, many of them having been sleeping on the front steps since Thursday.
So now it is up to us, the people, to stand up on their behalf, to shut.
Via Rail is issuing full refunds to its customers affected by these blockades. They are encouraging customers to check their emails and their website for updates as the situation evolves.